Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before I get started on today's video, I just wanted to let you know that I have become involved with the MS Walk this year for 2019 here in Utah. It is going to be held April 25th in West Jordan, Utah, same location as last year if you were there. I am a team captain this year again, and my team name is Capturing Chaos, just like the name of my channel. I will put a link in the description below to my team page. If you guys want to join me, you can be a virtual walker. You don't have to live here. You can be part of my team. So there's two different things you can do. Well, I guess three things. You can join my team as a walker and be there the day of the walk and participate in the walk. If you want to be a virtual walker from a distance, if you live somewhere else, you can also be on my team and help raise funds that way. Or you can just donate. So if you're interested in any of these things, just check out the link, and I would love your support. And my goal this year for my team is $5,000, and my individual goal is $1,500. And so I think we're at like 460. So have a ways to go, and I would love any and all support. So thank you guys. I am so grateful for all of you, and I appreciate you taking the time. Now on to today's video. Today's video, I wanted to talk about something that affects 80% of those suffering from MS, and that is fatigue. One of the most frustrating things for me with MS, as far as the way it works, you could talk to 1,000 different people with MS, and you can have every single one of those people have a different experience with this disease. And so it's not very, there's so many different symptoms that present themselves, and there are similarities and things that a lot of people suffer with, but everyone's story is different. And so for me, I honestly have gone my whole life and been fairly healthy. I haven't really had any major illnesses or anything crazy. And so when I was diagnosed, it was just kind of like you go from everything's fine to this major thing that you have been given. And for the most part, I would consider myself very healthy overall. And so when things might be wrong, it's hard to know if it's MS or if this is just a normal thing that everyone deals with. And so it's also kind of nice just to blame everything on MS, right? Oh, it's just my MS. But so for me, fatigue has been a hard thing for me to really accept that this is probably part of this disease. And so what I mean by that is that I've honestly always I always joke and say I have a sixth gear, and I can push myself and go. And I can do that still. But now I'm finding the problem is if I really push myself hard one day, the next day I'm kind of wiped out. And it's without fail. If I do a lot in one day, the next day I don't have very much energy, and it affects a lot of things. It's not just my energy, but it's also like my motivation, my mojo, or whatever you want to say. Like it throws me off. And so for me, I've learned that I have to have balance, and that I can't overdo it in a day and then expect to just feel great the next day. It's just, in reality, I've just come to accept that is the way, it's because of MS. Because I've never really had that happen before. I've always been able to just go and then just keep going. But that's not the case anymore. which is fine. It's probably not good to overdo it every day and push yourself like that. So for me, I've really, like I said, I've had to learn, and I still have days where I do too much. And then the next day, I'm not like bedridden, but I'm just don't have as much energy the next day. And I can't accomplish as much as I would like that day. And that's okay. And that's another big part of this is giving yourself grace. And I've had to learn how to accept that this is exactly the way things should be, and that it's okay to not do everything in one day. It's been a hard thing for me to learn because it's just not in my personality naturally to do that. And so I think we have to learn how to be kind to ourselves, and it's okay if all you get done that day is make your bed. That's something that I when I'm not feeling like I have a lot of energy or just motivation for that day, I just set small goals. And one of them really is to make my bed each day. And to get ready for the day. I feel a lot better when I do those things. And it's encouraging for me to do other things when I've done those two things. So it's just a good way for me to start my day. And then honestly, like if some days I feel like if I can make dinner for my family, that's a huge accomplishment. I mean, let's be honest, that's a huge accomplishment when you feel great, because it's a lot of work. But my whole point is that it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not... it's hard, I think, especially in this day and age where we have social media and it's easy to go online and to see everyone's glamorous lives and look at me and all I've accomplished. And we all know that, nobody's life is perfect and everybody has their thing and everybody's struggling in one way or another. And it's just not, honestly, it's not worth it at all to try and compare yourself and feel like, what am I doing wrong? Because you're not. Anyway, but yeah, fatigue is a huge part of MS. A lot of people suffer with it, and some things that I've learned that to help me with my fatigue, like I said, balance is a huge part. Not doing too much in one day, just taking each day, take it day by day, right? Hour by hour sometimes. And knowing your limits, knowing when not to overdo it. And learning to say no to things. The other day I had plans, and I woke up just not feeling the greatest, and I canceled those plans, and it's okay. It's learning to be okay with it. And the people that support you and know your situation will be supportive of that. And if they're not, then not really worth it. Another thing that's helped me, well, sleep is a huge thing. I have to make a huge effort to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep. Even then, sometimes it doesn't matter how much sleep you get, you can still wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all. It's just a different type of fatigue. It's just really, it can be pretty rough. Eating healthy and drinking water are big parts of energy or less fatigue for me, and exercise. Which is a hard thing to do. It's hard to, when you're tired and not feeling very active, it's hard to force yourself to be active. But it doesn't mean you have to go out and do this intense gym session. Go for a walk. And sometimes that's all I do is just go for a 30-minute walk. Just move your body in some way. But I definitely know that helps, moving my body each day. And that's my goal each day, just to move my body for at least 30 minutes each day. It doesn't have to be crazy. Some days I feel better than others. And overall, I'd say I feel pretty good. But I do have days where it's just like, man, I am struggling today. And it's hard too when you feel that way to stay motivated and to stay positive, because it just really brings you down. And so, like, that goes back to me saying you have to give yourself grace and say it's okay to feel this way, and just do the best that you can that day. And having people in your life that understand, I think, is huge. That you can reach out to and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now, and I'm really struggling. And it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It sucks, and it's not always it's not always easy to stay positive, and that's okay. Oh, and just learning to listen to your body, I think, is a huge part. Learning when you're feeling like this is too much and I need to ease back and take a break. Or honestly, for me, laying down and taking a 20-minute nap is huge for me. If I can do that, then it's such a huge recharge for me. That doesn't always happen because I have 4 kids, but if I find time to just lay down for a minute, don't have to sleep, just resting for a few minutes and giving myself a minute, that helps a lot too. I know that there's people who struggle a lot more than I do, and I never want these videos to be I'm very much aware of the realities of this disease, and that others are struggling far worse than I. But this is just for me to basically build a sense of community, and to reach out to others who might be in the same situation, and just encourage each other and to lift each other up, not to bring each other down. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments for me, let me know in the comments section. And that's all I have for today. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you later.